Hello, I'm Daft Pina, and today I'm going to talk about Why I Don't Have a Face Reveal by Jaiden Animations. In this video, I'll be talking about all the things I question about her face reveal, and see if any of it holds up. Now, this is all speculation by me, so take what you will from it, and draw your own conclusions. Now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about the tone of the video. The tone of her video is depressing, and that's on purpose. First, let me show you an example of one of her previous videos with her quote, natural personality.
What if dogs were the humans of the earth? Like, instead of a human society, it was dogs. What would they create? Would they build a government? What would their education system be? Would they create dog hobbies and dog sports? I'm not talking about the typical throwing frisbees and tennis balls.
Alright, now let's take a look at a snippet of her face reveal.
It wasn't only telling me what I was doing wasn't enough, it started telling me I wasn't enough. And that's when I started wanting to fix it. I started eating less, trying to be happier with myself.
Now, there's a clear separation between her videos and their art styles. In Jaiden's regular video, My Random Thoughts, you can see she is energetic, sarcastic, and awkward. And for her art style, it's more structured. And, at least compared to the other video, is in color. But for her face reveal, she sounds depressed, is slow to talk, and she likes to end words or sentences with a dramatic break for effect. And as for her art style, she only uses the colors blue and black. And as for the line quality, it feels less structured, as it looks more like scribbles rather than a formidable drawing, like the other video. Long story short, the tone of the video is supposed to be serious and intentionally depressing. But as we go more into the video, we'll see if that is true or not.
That led me to telling myself I wasn't good enough and I had to do better. My standards slowly started getting higher and higher without me realizing how bad it was getting. By the end of high school, I felt like I wasn't good enough for anything.
There's a lot of symbolism in her face reveal video that is supposed to tug at your heartstrings and make you feel pity for her. And as we talked about before, her art style in the video is less structured than her normal videos and kind of feels like scribbles on paper. This is supposed to represent how damaged she feels in her life. And it kind of looks like something a moody teenager would draw on DeviantArt after someone said they looked ugly. Continuing on, the blue line she uses in her videos is supposed to represent sadness, and she uses it to subconsciously attack the viewer to engage them. As part of the face reveal at the end of the video, she draws herself with a black bar over her eyes, symbolizing how it feels to keep hidden in the world. Now, of course, some of the symbolism is more obvious as when she talks about things such as her standards. Let's see a clip.
The bar keeps getting higher before I can grab it, like climbing a staircase where the top keeps getting further away and the ball and chain attached to your ankle is getting heavier and heavier. But you keep trying.
She uses this type of negative imagery to hook the audience. And as a contrast to her normal videos, she actually isn't using any music. But there are a few times where she uses cacophonous sounds to instill an emotional response from her audience.
I felt broken and that no one could fix me. Black fog surrounded me everywhere I went and I couldn't breathe. I was so stretched thin. I was trying so hard to swim, but the waves kept coming, each one stronger than the last. But I kept going. I don't know why.
This practice is called making the video seem more serious than it actually is. Using this and other techniques I learned from her, I'm gonna make my own motivational and positive video to show you how easy it is to make. When life brings you down, you have to keep going. You can never stop, because if you stop, life itself will never change. I know, because I was beaten down. I was in my lowest state. I was depressed, I was stressed, I was sad, and I was mad. Because every morning I woke up, I did not appreciate what I had. I woke up each morning feeling resentment and anger. You just have to believe. You have to keep on going. You have to keep on running. You got to keep on climbing. Because if you don't, and if you stop, if you give up, you will not be the best you can be. If you feel anything from it, then it worked, and I just tricked you into caring more than you should. So yeah, it was just as easy to replicate, just like her animations. Now of course you might be thinking, why is her video so long? Can't she just explain all this stuff in 5 minutes rather than 13? Well, let's take a look and see why her videos are that long.
It became all I could think about. My whole day revolved around what I ate, what it was, when I ate, how many calories, every detail. I wanted complete control.
Her face reveal is unnecessarily long because she wrote it that way. She uses many examples of her, quote, downfall as a person, and she uses many forms of imagery to visualize the situation for her audience. This practice, however, was intentional, as if the video wasn't that long, you probably wouldn't have cared. As the more you watch, the more you feel for her and her troubles, that when she finally shows her face, you are up to tears as you clap for her and congratulate her for her struggles in life and accomplishments and making it this far in her life. And after watching it, you feel that she deserves being where she is right now. And she is amazing for beating the odds of her mental disorders. And if you experienced any of that, then she just baited, hooked, and got you with her emotional guilt. And as I'll talk about later in the video, you can easily boil down that 13-minute video into 23 seconds. VidCon 2016 was a major part in her video. In fact, it takes up about 4 minutes of her 13-minute video. So something in this section must be important for me to talk about. If she takes up about 30.76% of her video just to talk about VidCon. So let's take a look and see what she says about it.
VidCon. I already planned to go before things got so bad because you have to plan so far in advance for it. I didn't want to let people down by breaking my promise to be there, and I wanted to see all my friends and supporters.
Yes, you made a tweet about it all the way back in November of 2015. As you talked about that, you got creator tickets. And VidCon is around June 23rd to June 25th. So if she did feel a change in her mood, that is very likely, as that was about 7 months between those two dates. So going on that, let's watch a bit more.
But I was in such a terrible state. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was panicking. I wasn't ready. I wasn't back to normal yet. But I was approaching so quickly, and there wasn't any time to go back.
Well, you could have canceled. I'm serious, you just could have canceled. In fact, she could have said something like, I don't think I can make it to VidCon 2016 because there was a recent family death. But, let's see what she said about it. Tweet, if you want to see my panel at VidCon, my schedule's up. Oh, Jaden, I thought you felt terrible about yourself. Now, this tweet was made about a month before VidCon. Wait a second, she even replied to this tweet, bumping just so many people see this as possible. You know, Jaden, the more I look into your video, it kind of feels like you're lying to your audience.
I told myself this was my punishment. I did this to myself.
Bumping just so as many people see this as possible. Wait, could Jaden be bipolar? I can't prove this, of course, but we'll just put it in the things I think Jaden might be. Moving on, she talks about how she faked her persona when she took pictures with people. But notice she never mentioned taking videos with people. Speaking of that, you may or may not recognize TiffyQuake, but she has 1.2 million subs. But why am I mentioning her to you? Well, she was at that very same VidCon and shot a video of Jaden.
So it's the end of VidCon, and look who Red and I just ran into. You may not recognize her, but it's Jaden! Whoa! Jaden Animations! Hi! After how many years?
I know, like, working with you guys for so long. Oh my gosh, finally, like, oh, it happened.
We meet, it's been like, I want to say like 3? 2?
It's like almost 3 years.
Okay, 2.
Yeah.
A little off. That's awesome. No.
How could someone who doesn't want her face shown let a YouTuber with 1.2 million subs film her? Well, we'll talk about that later in the video. Oh, also she made a video announcing VidCon 2017.
First things first, I'm going to VidCon again, right there, and I was talking to a VidCon person I know about getting a panel set up with my friends, so that's pretty cool. That's probably gonna happen, probably. It's also a bit last minute because I didn't think I was gonna go to this, but there's an extremely high chance I'm gonna be going to VidCon Europe as well.
That she later deleted. You'd think after the first VidCon, she wouldn't want to go again or even bring attention to it. That's very odd of you, Jaden. Ah, yes, we see this in her VidCon 2016 video. You know, the video she made highlighting the events where she felt deep misery and depression. The same video where she faked her personality and showing it to her entire YouTube audience. Now, I'll talk about this later in the video, but if she actually felt stressed about the video or the entire situation as a whole, you kind of wonder why she would even make the video in the first place. Anyway, back to the face reveal where she says,
I let people take pictures, but I really wish I didn't. It was the lowest I've ever felt in my life. So much fun. Oh, it's so much fun. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alex is filming. Oh my god, behind the scenes. Oh my god, Disney.
Okay, now watching how she acts in her VidCon video and comparing it to her regular video, I must ask this vital question. Who exactly is Jaden, and how does the normal version of her act? Because if she said she put on a fake persona to cover up her sadness, then could we speculate that she's been faking it for other videos as well? Okay, for the sake of argument, let's say she's actually feeling stressed and beat down. If we start from the VidCon video, posted June 29th, 2016, and we go to her face reveal video, which was posted April 6th, 2017, she made about 22 videos between them. And we can speculate, if not all, but some of them, she's putting on a fake persona for her audience. That means for months, she has been faking it and essentially lying to her audience. But why would someone do this if it hurts them so much? Again, we'll pinpoint that for later in the video. And from this point on, I believe Jaden might have dissociation identity disorder, as she believes she's not living the life of her own and is just putting on a face for her fans. Again, this is only speculation by me. Also, here's a short montage of her posing with fans at VidCon. And for someone who doesn't like showing her face, she kinda does it a lot.
I messaged the person who was taking a lot of video footage and asked them if I could censor my face out. I'm not going to mention who this person is because that detail doesn't add anything to this story and I don't think it would benefit anyone if I did. They agreed, so I spent the afternoon editing their video censoring my face. When I finished and sent it over a few hours later, they told me they changed their mind and wanted to post the normal video. I was absolutely mortified.
Well, in the video, she never mentions who that person was. Now, why do you think that? maybe it's because she still wants to work with that person in the video. Or just by not saying their name, that person would get bullied even more after this video is released. Because if she does not feel comfortable saying who that person was, then he hurt her even more than she's letting on. And that person was Alex Clark, as we can see him filming here in her VidCon video. Well, you never thought about that when you filmed with Tiffy Quake. You know, the person who filmed you specifically for her channel, the same channel with 1.2 million subs. But of course, Alex gets the blame for your hurt feelings just because you happen to be in his video. Now for disclaimer, I never actually seen Alex's VidCon videos. That's because Alex took down his VidCon videos because Jaiden's fan base bullied him relentlessly. And I'm very sorry to hear that this has happened, as when in reality, when people watched his VidCon video, they'd probably just say, "Is that Jaiden? She looks pretty cute." Or even, "Oh, is that Jaiden? I didn't know she looked like that." Wait a second. In your face reveal video, you said you never told anyone about your life and what you were going through.
There's a main reason, and I haven't told this story to anyone. Thing is, I don't tell people my problems because I feel like I can handle them on my own.
But here you told Alex Clark?
When I finished and sent it over a few hours later, they told me they changed their mind and wanted to post the normal video. I was absolutely mortified and forced myself to explain to them the main reasons why I don't want to show myself, hoping that if they knew the story behind it, it would help them change their mind again. But it didn't.
That's weird, Jaiden. Very weird. Oh, and I guess you didn't bully him hard enough because his VidCon pictures are still posted on Twitter and Instagram. Throughout her face reveal video and many others alike, I believe Jaiden might have some sort of antisocial personality disorder, as it seems that she is socially inept because in every video she exclaims that she is very awkward. And for the second reason, she feels the need for admiration and love. Wait, how could I get that just by watching her face reveal video? Well, let me ask you this. Why does Jaiden think that we care what she looks like? Why did she dedicate 13 minutes of the face reveal talking about how sad she is, what struggles she went through, and talking about how she doesn't want to be seen or heard from? I mean, she feels terrible, stressed. She talked about her eating habits, her humiliation, and at the very end, she gave us a face reveal. But before this video, she brags about how talented she is with musical instruments. And she even talks about her life as if it was a hero's journey. And I understand it was an assignment for her class, or so she says, but the fact that she made an entire video dedicated to her life and how great she is leaves me to believe she might be a bit narcissistic. Sometime after her face reveal video, she made a video about her experience on YouTube. She even talks about how she got a special yearbook for having 1 million subs, and she even shows off her YouTube achievements, such as the plaques she has on the ground. You know, the thing that some people dedicate their lives to get, and she just has them lying on the floor. She also talks about how some people think she is a god.
I've gotten comments and messages from people actually saying I'm a god that can do no wrong, and that, yeah, don't do that.
But she weirdly doesn't give any examples. Does she think that some of us see her as a god? That's it's pretty weird. Now, I forgot to mention this before, but with the underlying facts that I have found, Jaiden might have borderline personality disorder, and she might have a God complex. But remember, this is only speculation on my part. Remember that VidCon video I talked about earlier? Well, after she made that face reveal video where she mentioned the VidCon one, that very same video spiked in views. Wait, why would someone talk about a video that they made in the past and bring new light on it? Oh, that's right, for money. Both the VidCon 2016 and her face reveal are both monetized. After you watch the VidCon video, you'll watch the face reveal, then go back to the VidCon video saying, "Oh, you can tell she's really hurt. I really see her depression and sadness. I feel bad for her." Well, you can also see the money that she gained from your pity. I believe Jaden wouldn't have made this face reveal if she couldn't have made money from it. I mean, wouldn't it be just terrible if she can make one genuine video and not monetize it? But here's the kicker. She knew people would watch it. She knew people would share it. And lastly, she knows people will keep going back to it. 21 days after her face reveal video, she makes a new video about her trip to Europe with Tim Tom. Now, how could you follow up a video like her face reveal? How could she show her fans that she grew from this experience and that she's a better person from it? Well, she shat out a 23-second explanation. The worst parts about it is that it feels disingenuous and she acts as if those feelings never happened. And so to show you what I mean, I'm gonna play a clip from her face reveal, and right after it, I'm gonna show you the 23-second clip from her Europe trip video.
That wasn't good enough either. It became all I could think about. My whole day revolved around what I ate, what it was, when I ate, how many calories, every detail. I wanted complete control. Alright, before anything else, I made a video I normally wouldn't make just before this one, and I talked about a bunch of important things, and I showed my face. Not everyone cares about me talking about personal stuff, and are only here for the fun videos, so just to make sure everyone's on the same page, this is me. This is what I look like, okay? Anything else you stumble across isn't recent. This is the only accurate picture video of me, so stop asking. Okay.
Wow, Jaden, it's like that face reveal video never happened. And it feels like those months and even years of torment also never happened. I'm glad that you're going back to your normal personality. You know, the one that's happy and awkward. The one that your fans love because that's the real you. Wait, if that's the real you, then what happened in the face reveal video? Okay, so follow me on this. I believe Jaden lied throughout her entire face reveal video. Think about it. She made 22 videos in the span of 10 months between her VidCon 2016 video and her face reveal. Now, option A, she actually felt depressed and tormented in those 22 videos, and they now stand as a reminder that she faked her personality for her fans just because she feels like she owes them something, leading you to believe that if you rewatch those videos, you'll see that she's going through her own personal hell, and she keeps them up as a reminder that she's been through a lot and they show how far she has come. Or we got option B. She lied in her face reveal video and close to none of it happened, which is why all 22 of her videos, even the VidCon 2016 one, are all still up and monetized for profit. Now remember, this is coming from the same YouTuber who believes that some of her followers think she's a god, that YouTube fame hasn't gotten to her, and that she seems to be seeking attention from anyone she can get based on the heart-wrenching sob story she calls "Why I Don't Have a Face Reveal." Now, which seems more plausible in Jaden's case? And on a smaller note, The Odd Ones Out has about 4.1 million subs. and Jaden has about 2.1 million subs. Now, Jaden is second tier compared to James in subscribers and quality. So when James does a face reveal, Jaden watches it and looks around, seeing every other YouTube animator making face reveals. But Jaden waits a bit. She plans out her face reveal. How can I get more people watch my face reveal when a lot of people won't care? I got it. I'll make a sob story. In the entire face reveal video, she never talked about how she got better. She talked about her bulimia, depression, anxiety, worthlessness, self-pity, shame, not living up to her own standards, and a myriad of other problems she went through, and all she said was this.
What matters is that you just keep getting back up. Something could knock down a weak person and not even affect a strong person, but it doesn't matter how many times you're knocked down, because as long as you keep getting back up, you can keep going.
Okay, that means nothing. It means more than nothing because depression and all these other things aren't that easy to conquer. Now, Jaden might be bipolar, dissociative identity disorder, antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and her advice is to just keep getting up? Fuck off, Jaden. Listen, to anyone out there who's actually going through any of these things, go talk to a family member or friend. Try to set up an appointment with your doctor or therapist. They are medically trained to help you with these disorders. And keeping them to yourself doesn't help anyone. I mean, look at Jaden. She quietly bragged about how she did it all on her own, and she credits getting over these issues by getting back up again? Look, if she went through any of these things and actually told Alex Clark about her life, despite this being contradictory in her video, he would have done his best to console her or try to helping her out by convincing her to talk to a family member or her doctor. But no, in her narrative, he's an asshole that doesn't care about her feelings. Now, I can't personally speak for Alex, but Jaden, you didn't have to bring someone else down just for personal gain. And I mean a lot of personal gain. If Jaden did go through anything she said she went through, then she actually needs help and not being a attention whore, making your problems shine brighter, even though that's not what she wanted in the first place. What I'm saying is, if she was able to talk about her lowest point, she could have at least mentioned she was getting help from a licensed medical professional, which is not at all embarrassing to have. With the conclusion of this video, I bring you a few possibilities. Option A. All of Jaden said is true in her video. If so, then she is not a good role model for her subscribers. She never told her friends or family about her depression, harm, and other mental disorders, meaning she never went to a medical professional to help deal with her problems. This is like calling the news station before 911 when your friend is about to commit suicide. As Jaden made a video for YouTube instead of actually getting help. With that, you can evaluate that about 23 of her videos, she is faking a personality to cover up her deep sadness, and she may still feel awful to this day. She knows she cannot quit YouTube, as it will disappoint her fans, and since she drops out of college, she doesn't have another way to potentially pay her bills and other expenses. Option B. Jaden lied throughout her entire video, and she only used it for personal gain. And from that video, she gained a few thousand subs, views, and even a lot of money. She is narcissistic, devious, compulsive liar, and manipulator to her fans and new viewers. And if so, she is not a good role model for any of her subscribers. She knows she cannot quit YouTube, as that is her only way of income because she dropped out of college to pursue it. I think deep down, she knows that she won't get that far with making storytelling animations. And she uses her face reveal to do her best to cling to all scraps of fame before it goes away. Because for a channel that talks about someone's life, it gets old pretty fast. And so in option B, she might still have any of those disorders that I listed. And I still will encourage her to seek help from a medical professional. But to end on something, I'll say this. I guarantee Jaden will see this video and not make a response to it, because I either said things that are very true, or because she doesn't want to break character for her subscribers and fans. But for the unlikelihood that she chooses to respond, I will consider changing my mind about her face reveal video. That is it for now. Until next time, cheers for watching, and have a good day.